What's up, Capricorn? How are you guys doing? It's time for your weekly check in. So, we're going to see what's happening with you guys in the second week of December 2025. December week 2. Here soon, we're going to be saying 2026. That doesn't even sound right, does it? Doesn't even sound right. Keeps going faster and faster, dude. I swear to God. Anyway. This is a weekly check in, so it's just a short, quick, general, energetic overview. If any of you are in need of a personal reading, you can find all the information on how to go about doing that in the description of this video. All right, let's see how the energy's looking. Capricorn and the person they're dealing with, how's it looking? Oh, straight out the gate. Straight out the gate. I don't know how many of you know anything about the tarot, but that's not a good energy. This is the liar, the thief, the cheater, the sneaky, deceitful, manipulative little fuckbag. That's who this is. And I know some people like, oh, well, that's not the only meaning. There's no card that only has one meaning, except for maybe the sun card. Right? But beyond that, come on now, we all know what this means. But let me just see what else wants to come through before we talk about what else goes into this reading. Okay, Eight of Pentacles reversed. Two of Cups. Are you and this person reconnecting and coming together? Okay. I'm thinking for some of you, you're about to be reconnecting with this person. But I think you can kind of tell because, you're really at a place now where you're stepping back and just looking at this whole situation and really trying to contemplate whether or not it would be worth putting forth any kind of work into this at all. And spoiler alert, with the overall energy being the Eight of Pentacles reversed, I think you're kind of deciding that that's probably not the best idea. Because I just don't think you trust this person. I don't think so. I think that this seems like a classic case of there's at least one other person involved and something fell through. So let me give you a couple of examples as to what I mean when I say this. Like when somebody leaves you for someone else, thinking that that person's going to be better than you, and then it falls through. And then they come back on some oopsie poopsie. I fucked that up, didn't I? or another one you see a lot of is they think it's going to be easy to replace you. They think they're just going to be able to go off and find somebody new, and doesn't work out that way. Or just for whatever reason, they are afraid that all of their options have dried up. So now it's like, well, shit. If I want to bring someone new into my life, that's probably not going to happen. But I need to be with somebody. I need to be with a faceless, nameless somebody. So if I want to bring somebody, anybody into my life, my best bet is probably going to be to see if I can get someone who's already given me a chance before to give me another one. And I think you can smell through that bullshit from a mile away. I think so. Some of you dealing with a Taurus, also have Leo. Okay. All right. Well, let's dig up their feelings and intentions a little bit deeper. Let's see if we can peel a layer back and dig down a little bit deeper. Is this coming from maybe a genuinely good place at the deepest level? Or is this person just a slimy little fuckbag to their core? What's this person's truest feelings, energies, and intentions? Star reversed. Hierophant Tower. Man, honestly. Okay, so okay. The lines between good intentions and bad intentions, it's very easy for those lines to get blurred. Now, here's where it gets really slippery. There's two types of people when it comes to apologizing for something that you did wrong. Okay. Person A, which is the person that we all hope we're dealing with, and that's the person who genuinely feels sorry for what they did. They genuinely see an issue with their actions. They're like, "Damn it, man, I'm a fucking idiot. I don't know why I did that. I need to do better, and I really want to work on myself, and I genuinely feel sorry for what I said or what I did or whatever." And then the other type of person, which honestly, let's be honest about it, this is the most common. They're not sorry for what they did. They're sorry that they had to suffer a consequence. So if there was no consequence, they would feel no shame whatsoever for what they did. Right? How many people out there only obey the law because they're afraid of going to jail? If you walked into a duty bean little corner store that has no security, the one dude working there is out taking out the trash, and you're standing there, there's nobody in the store and there's no security. You know you could easily steal something. Easily. Do you do it? That's the question. A lot of people, if they know they can get away with it, they will. I don't think this is the type of person who feels sorry for what they did. I think this is the type of person that feels sorry that there was a consequence for their actions. Right? So, I mean, that's a form of being sorry. They're sorry for something, but they're not genuinely sorry for what they did. Does that make sense? For those of you who dealt with someone who has an addiction issue, no, they are not clean. The goddamn devil card's been coming out for everybody tonight. Everybody. And that's your card too, by the way, Capricorn. This is not your energy, though. This is their energy and their intentions. No, they have not gotten clean. And I would even go as far as to say that they've gotten worse. So if it was me, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. That's just me, though. Let's see the advice. Let's see the advice. The fuck? Hmm. I don't know why that card was backwards. They must want your attention. Six of Cups reversed. Don't think about anything with this person until you make peace with the past. Making peace with the past is the number one priority right now. Oh, you're at a crossroads. And you know me, I'm going to try to avoid telling you what to do. I want to tell you the energy and let you make the best decision for yourself. So, realistically, let's just put spirituality aside, tarot cards aside. Let's just talk realistically. How many times have you seen a reconciliation work out successfully? Honestly, have you ever seen it? I've heard a couple of people in my life who say they've seen it. I never have. I never have. Realistically, let's get down to fucking earth. 99.9% of the time, when two people come back together after they fell apart, what happens? Same fucking thing that happened last time, right? Just loops back around and repeats the same cycle. Just think about that. What's the likelihood that I'm going to be one of those rare exceptions? And it's not you. The reason why the reconciliation success rate is so astronomically low is because both people involved, not just one person, not just the other person, not just the person who did wrong, not just the person who's the primary catalyst for the majority of the problems, not just the person who lied, not just the person who cheated, not just the person that has the most issues they need to work on, but both people involved have to bring a new energy back to the connection because the primary law is the law of vibration. There is no judgment. Energy, frequency, and vibration doesn't give a shit if you deserve it or not. Energy manifests the way energy manifests. I take it this look at this flame here, for example. This flame vibrates at a very specific frequency. Does that frequency care if you're a good person or a bad person? If you deserve it or not? If you did right or if you did wrong or if you had good intentions? No, if you touch it, it's going to burn you. Energy manifests the way it manifests. It doesn't give a fuck about your feelings. It doesn't care whether you deserve it. Like frequency attracts like frequency, and shared vibrations between two people manifest as such. So I would just go into it thinking about that. Now, I'm all about some second chances, 100%, but only once. For those of you who are thinking about giving this person one second chance, now, if you've already been on and off with this person 4 or 5 times, you've already been shown. So if you do it again, that's on you, right? But those of you who haven't been on and off with this person, I'll tell you what to look for. First of all, what's the most important key factor when it comes to bringing anyone back into your life that you fell out with? Romantic lover, fucking friend, acquaintance, business partner. What's the number one key factor? Whether or not they've made a change, right? How do you tell if somebody's made a change? I'll tell you what to look for. Don't pay attention to what they say to you. Don't pay attention to how they act towards you. Of course, they're going to lead with their best foot forward. Of course, they're going to put on this Emmy Award winning performance just to win you over. You know what you look for? You look at every other area of their life. That's what you look at. When a person makes a genuine change, you don't just change one little aspect of yourself. Everything is connected to everything. When you make a genuine change, that's going to create a domino effect and your whole life is going to change. Your whole life is going to change. So if you dealt with somebody that was a sneaky, deceitful, manipulative, lying little sack of shit, that's a very specific vibrational frequency. Very specific. Okay. Very specific. There's not somebody that vibrates at a high frequency that just does that to you one time. No, that's a very specific frequency that is going to play a role in everything in their life. In order to genuinely become a different person from the inside, their whole life is going to change. Every nook and cranny and area, aspect and facet of their life is going to change. So just watch them and observe them. If every other corner of your life is still exactly the same, you're still sitting in the same spot, doing the same shit, fucking with the same people, spinning in the same circles. You mean to tell me that every corner of your life is still exactly the same, except for the way you act towards me? Bullshit. Bullshit. If every other area of their life is the same, they're still the same. And within a 90-day period, usually sooner than later, it's going to go right back to what it was last time. All right, let's shift gears now. Let's see how the energy's looking for the singles. How are things looking for the single Capricorns? I almost said Gemini. Maybe some of y'all got a Gemini headed your way, possibly. Anything new coming in? Anything old coming in? Anything good coming in? Anything bad coming in? Anything coming in at all? Oh, damn, dog. Spoiler alert. This has been coming out for several signs. And actually, there was two other signs where this same card, same placement, same position, different deck, same spot in the spread, same everything. This looks like past energy to me. Now, I'm not associating this with the other situation we dealt with, right? This is just for singles, not for those of you looking into a past person necessarily. If it resonates, you can take it, but this kind of feels to me like a past person wanting to bring some kind of drama into your life or possibly sabotage any potential love options that, may come into your life. This looks like somebody that wants to sabotage you. Now, don't freak out because I'm not saying that they are or they aren't sabotaging you successfully, but looks like somebody that wants to. And for some of you, they might try. They very well may. Yeah. And I don't know, this is a real specific message, but some of you are kind of hanging back in the shadows because you know this. I know that's not all of you though, but it looks like a pretty quiet week, honestly. Looks like a pretty quiet week. Some of you, I mean, maybe this person does things to try to get your attention. They may breadcrumb you a little bit every now and then. But this kind of looks like a pretty quiet week. It looks like you're hiding back in the shadows, whether you're doing it on purpose or not, going on a little bit of a solo journey. Because the next person due to come in, you're not quite in vibrational alignment with that for that door to open just yet. Not quite. Yep. See, hangman. So it be like that sometimes, though. It be like that sometimes. And sometimes that's very important. I tell people all the time, you have to be in vibrational alignment. Sometimes one of the silliest questions that I get asked is, where do I have to go to meet my person? It don't work like that at all. If you're not in vibrational alignment with your person, I could give you their name and address and you could knock on their door and the two of you wouldn't even be able to hold a conversation. If you are in vibrational alignment with that person, the two of you could be 3,000 miles apart with no transportation, and the universe is going to bring the two of you together. Don't underestimate that. But this looks like a pretty quiet week right now. And somebody, whether it's a past person or hell, maybe just some shady, salty, jealous, miserable little fuck bag, is just casting negative energy at you, hoping to see you fail. And I think some of you can feel that energy. I don't know if you're consciously aware of that or not, but it's playing a pretty decent role in your path right now. And that may be why the universe is kind of holding you back a little bit. That came through for a sign earlier, too. I forget what sign it was, where the universe is kind of putting red tape around you, to do you a favor. Because the primary law is the law of vibration. And sometimes if you're in a low vibrational place, the universe won't let anybody come into your life because you are only able to attract those who match your vibration. And if you're in a low vibration, you're not going to attract anything good. Remember, energy, frequency, and vibration does not care how you feel or what you did wrong. It manifests the way it manifests, period. End of discussion. So, that's a weird message. I guess the only thing there is left is the advice. What advice do we have for Capricorn? Hey, man, look, sometimes you have to put yourself first. I don't know who needs to hear this, but putting yourself first does not make you a bad person. What makes you a bad person is when you live your life doing nothing but putting yourself first, even if it hurts others. That's when it becomes a problem. But there's a time and a place for everything. There's a time and a place to be selfless. There's a time and a place to be selfish. Developing the wisdom to discern when it's time to be selfless and when it's time to be selfish is very important. This right here is one of those times where it's okay to just put yourself as your number one priority. Number one priority. And if you know there are people trying to sabotage you, don't let that scare you. Don't let it scare you. Be very careful and picky and choosy who you exchange energy with. Okay. Again, I don't know who needs to hear this. These are mixed messages. I'm throwing them out there. However it resonates, take it. For those of you who resonate with that, though, you got somebody trashing your name or spreading rumors or whatever. Be careful who you exchange energy with. You know that old saying, what goes around comes around, right? Well, let me tell you what that means. Well, first of all, let's talk about what it doesn't mean. What goes around comes around does not mean that there's this little invisible superhero named Captain Karma who goes around kicking people's asses for doing bad things. That's not what it means. We all wish that's what it meant. Oh, I wish it did. God damn it, I wish it did, but it don't. It means that the vibrations that you cast are returned back to you. There is no judgment. There are no punishments and there are no rewards. It's a default setting in this matrix. The vibrations that you cast are returned back to you. So if somebody's out there spreading lies and talking shit and spreading rumors, okay, they're casting that vibration out to the universe. If you can be patient and quiet and relax and just duck and let that shit fly over your head, it's going to return back to them. Period. End of discussion. That's an immutable universal law. However, if you get in there and you start mingling with that energy, and when that energy gets thrown at you, you catch it and throw it back. You get in there and start fighting that fight and defending yourself. Well, guess what? Now you've agreed with that vibration and you're casting those vibrations. And that's when they'll be returned back to you. You got to be real careful. I advise not to do it at all. I mean, sometimes you're in a situation where you have to, in which case you want to be very mindful of your energetic pathway. But if at all possible, just be quiet. Just ignore it. Be quiet. Lay low. That's a hard thing to do. People struggle with that. Because there'll be a little period of time where it looks like everything is crumbling down on you. Oh, no, it ain't. Oh, no, it ain't. The universe is clearing your path. And then before you know it, if you can just step back and let the universe fight the battle for you, it may take a while. It may be a lot slower than how fast you would want it to go, but them tables will turn. You'll begin ascending up out of that frequency. The tables will turn. They're going to hit rock bottom and you'll be at the top of the mountain. And then you won't need to say shit. You won't need to defend yourself. You won't need to explain yourself. It'll be clear for anyone to see. Anyone. Holding that kind of trust. That's tough. That's a big part of the spiritual path, a big part of it. Pick and choose your battles wisely. You're not going to win every battle up the mountain, and you don't want to. That, I think, is the most important message here. All right. If you're starting off from rock bottom and somebody's fighting a battle with you at the bottom of the mountain, do you really want to be crowned the king of the bottom of the mountain? Is that what you want? I don't. You can have it. You win. Yeah, you can have it. If you want to be the king of the bottom of the mountain, you have fun with that. I'm going this way. You can have this battle. I don't even give a fuck. Before you know it, you'll be so fucking far up that mountain. They gonna try to throw shit at you. It won't even get close enough for you to smell it before it comes back and hits them in the face. And then they're just there looking stupid as fuck. The sad thing is, most of those people are too stupid to realize how stupid they look. And it's kind of amusing. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, though, yeah, ride this out. We're going into Capricorn season here in a few weeks. And hopefully, as long as all the energies are clear, you'll be able to utilize that to really get on that path. Cardinal energy, the beginning of a new cycle, right? The winter season is beginning, starting of a new cycle. Everything's clear. You make sure you have a clear energetic pathway through Sagittarius season. Sagittarius, the mutable energy, right? That's what is manifesting the clearing of the old cycle to make way for your season, the beginning of the new winter cycle. So you're at a better place than you think you are. Just relax and let it flow a little bit longer, okay? All right, I feel like those were the messages that my Capricorn family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is all down here in the description. All right. I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity.